Welcome back to the course. Now, let's zoom in on one of the most critical pillars of oil trading. In this video, I am going to discuss regarding the importance of verifying storage capacity. That's very much important. This is where many deals either gain credibility or fall apart. So storage claims require rigorous verification to prevent fraud in oil and gas transactions. This you have to understand. So I am going to discuss 3 to 4 points here by which you will understand how to verify and what are those things you needs to be verified while conducting this kind of oil and gas business. This is important. This verifying storage capacity is very important. Without this, there is no deal. So this video is very important. You have to listen to this video properly, and then after that implement these strategies, and you'll understand how oil and gas industry will work and how you can earn more from this industry. So coming to the point of like say verifying tank documentation. Now you can see here verification is essential in oil industry. So always you have to you require official documents that prove both the product storage capacity and legal ownership. These things are important. There should be an official document that proves that this product storage capacity is available with the buyer or the seller. You have to understand this thing. You have to first of all know who is the legal owner of this product storage capacity. Is there an agreement made between the storage tank or with the seller and the storage tank company, and also with the buyer and the storage tank company? You have to understand this document is very crucial. You have to understand this. Without this document, you are relying on trust instead of truth. Just a few sellers will tell that okay, we are having storage capacity and our product is in available in the that storage capacity. They may show some different product storages, and but they don't have some legal ownership to that product. Then what happens? They may show fake or fraud storage capacities to the buyers, and they can make agreements and they can take the LCs and all those things, and on a later date buyers will come to know that there is no legal ownership for the seller to for that storage capacity. The same thing will happen to the seller also. Some buyers will show that they are having storage capacity, but they are not legal owners of that, or they are not renting that storage capacity. So this will happen again and again. So with this, the deals will collapse. So instead of just relying on words and relying on trust, you have to take proper documents from the sellers and also from the buyers regarding this product storage capacity. As I said earlier, this cannot be asked in the beginning stages. This can be asked at the step by step as per the procedures of the sellers. In most cases, in 99% cases, sellers procedures are final. This you have to understand. Sellers procedures are non-negotiable. This you have to understand. Lot of fake buyers want to change the procedures of the sellers and want to deal with that, but this is not going to happen. The standard procedures of the sellers are full and final, and those are non-negotiable. Why this is the case? Because sellers make procedures with by looking into their allocations, by looking into the product deliveries, by looking into the logistic supply chain of the sellers. They will prepare the documentation based upon that. So with that, and also based upon the previous transactions and the fallouts that happened in the previously with the sellers and the buyers, based upon that they will prepare the procedure. Therefore most of the times those sellers procedures are non-negotiable, that buyer mandates or the buyer brokers has to understand. And with that said, the storage capacities and legal ownerships needs to be verified by the buyer and also by the seller. This is important, and at the proper time as per the procedure. That's I want to say here, not in the beginning. If you are asking the storage capacity of the seller in the beginning or the legal ownership of the seller in the beginning, how a buyer, how a seller can do that? Why? Because the storage capacity available at the present moment, maybe that seller is going to sell it to some other buyers but not to the current buyer. Why? Because the current buyer has not done any paperwork or not shown the proof of product, proof of funds, or has not completed the contract in the beginning till now. Then how a seller can show the storage capacity? The product available in the storage capacity of the seller, maybe it may be for some other sellers, for other buyers, but not the current buyer. If the buyer has done all the papers, if the current buyer has done all the papers correctly and done all the stuff, banking terms and conditions, payment structure, everything is done, then with that, the seller will now allocate the product and show the storage capacity to the buyer. Other than that, lot of fake buyers, fake mandates ask, do seller have the product capacity? Show the legal ownership, show the product in the store. Where is the product? They will ask like that. It's like foolish, asking like a foolish thing here. Why? Because sellers have the storage capacity. The product is available in the storage tanks of the sellers, and the product that is available with the seller in the storage capacity is for the other buyers, already registered buyers, already registered buyers, already paid buyers, or already for those buyers who have done the banking terms and payment terms and conditions correctly before, already for those buyers who have done the contracts before, or they have done it. Now the product is available for them. Now the new buyer is coming in. The buyer has to show all the proofs that the buyer is going to buy the product through the bank-to-bank procedure of the payment terms and all those things that you learn in this course completely. What are the payment terms and conditions and what are the procedures you learn. So as per the procedures, when the buyer is doing all the stuff, now the seller will come up and show the product in the storage tanks and also show the legal ownership of the product. This is in terms of seller. Now in terms of buyers, now the seller is going to inject the product into the storage capacity of the buyer. So the seller needs to know if the buyer is having the storage capacity, if the buyer is having the legal ownership of the storage capacity for, so like say 3 days or 5 days or whatever, 1 day, 2 day, whatever. So the seller needs to know. Without knowing, how a seller is going to inject in the storage capacity of the buyer? This is there. Now with our deals, what we do is we even give our seller storage capacity for a few more days. We make some like say legal ownership agreements, or like say lease agreements for extensions of storage capacity for our buyers. This will provide this we will provide. We know that storage capacity is a tough thing for a lot of buyers, and also there are certain our buyers, there are TTV buyers. You learn what is TTV, tank to vessel, lifting of a product from tank to vessel. So our buyers, they will bring the ship to the port and they will lift the product from the seller's tank. So from our seller's tanks, they are going to lift directly to the vessel. So in those cases, buyers don't have storage capacities. So we know that in those cases, what we do is we will give some extension to the seller's tank with buyers. Definitely buyers are going to pay that. Buyers will pay that for certain extension period of time until their vessel reaches the port, loading port. So yeah, but here the thing here is seller has to know the storage capacity of the buyer and also the legal ownership of the buyer, or in other case sellers can provide extension of the storage capacity of the seller. This you have to understand. This is the verification of essential. This is very important in this storage capacity. Next, coming to confirming physical capacity. Now, a lot of fake sellers or fake buyers tell that, oh, we are having 5 million barrels in that tank. Oh, we are having 1 million, 2 million, 10 million barrels, or a lot of product available in the tank. So in that cases, you have to check the physical capacity of those tanks. That's important. Cross check the claim storage volumes against what the terminal can realistically hold. That's important. If the terminal, if someone says that they have 5 million barrels in a tank, but when you come to know that the tank capacity is only 2, which is going to hold only 2 million barrels. Now there is there you can see it's a red flag. So you have to check this. You have to check this. It's important. Lot of fake sellers will say that we are having lot of product. It's available. Okay, you need 1 million metric tons. It's available in our storage facility. You need 10 millions. It's available. 20 millions. It's available. Even for your whole country, we are going to deliver from a single storage tank. A lot of people, lot of fake sellers do these things. You have to understand. This is a red flag. And even the fake buyers do these things, kind of things. They tell that, I listen to this all the time. The buyer mandate, the fake buyer mandates, they will come to us and they will tell that, oh, we are, our buyer is having a lot of storage tanks, many storage tanks. So there is no issue with the storage. 1 million, 10 million, 20 million, our buyer can store it anyway. No issue with that. These kind of things happen with us also. Lot of buyer mandates and fake buyer mandates will come up and say like this. And some buyer mandates, they in TTV procedures, they will say that our buyer is having many logistic ships to vessels to load your product. So no issue with that. Our buyer has vessels like say they can lift up to 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 100 million at any time. These are all fake claims. So here you have to check the realistic things here. You have to check if a seller is holding like say 2 million metric tons or say 2 million, whatever, 200,000 metric tons, whatever the seller is telling, you have to check that really that seller is holding that kind of tanks or that kind of volume storage tanks available with the seller or not. You have to check that. Same, it should match. Same, if seller is saying 2 million metric tons is available, the storage tank capacity should be 2 millions or somewhat more, but not less than that. You have to understand that. Now the same thing at the time of injection into the buyer's tank, you have to understand that buyers, we have to check, the sellers have to check that actually this buyer is asking for like say 200,000 metric tons or 1 million metric tons, whatever. So actually the buyer is having that much capacity or not. This we have to check. That's very much important. After that only we can move on to the next step. This is important. So as I said earlier, this video is very, very, very important. I am going to discuss many things in the course. So when you follow the course, you will understand the basic things and also the advanced things in this oil and gas exports industry. You'll understand a lot of many things, and you'll be prepared to fight any kind of challenge. So continue to the course and you'll get a lot of knowledge. Next, coming to check ownership chain. This is also important. What I mean by this, tracing product ownership through proper documentation, legitimate transactions, maintaining clear custodial records. What I mean by this. Now, documentation chain matters. What I mean by this, legitimate transactions have a proper trail, clear, complete, and traceable from the product's origin all the way to the current storage. Anything missing, isn't it time to dig deeper? It's time to dig deeper. You understand? You have to understand this. Legitimate transactions have a proper trail. What I mean by that? So now the seller is having some allocation of product, like say 100,000 metric tons, where it is dumped in which storage capacity. Now, if the seller is having the ownership documents, next point, are those documents clear, and are those documents complete and clear? Now, are those documents traceable? If a buyer's tank storage company is going to trace those things, trace that storage tank of the seller, is it traceable? Is it genuine? From the product's origin all the way to the current storage. From the product origin, where from the product is coming? Is the product coming from the Kazakhstan? Is the product coming from Russia? Is the product coming from Azerbaijan? Where is the origin of the product? From the product origin, are the documents in a proper way? That you have to understand, because this documentation chain matters. Why? Because a lot of smugglers, lot of fake sellers are there. They will smuggle goods from this country to other country, and they don't have proper documentation, the government documentation, and this lacks the chain of document. There will be a break in the chain. So at the time of inquiring the product by the tank storage company of the buyer, this chain will break, and they could not find the link between the origin of the product, the storage, or the ownership of the title ownership of that storage plant, storage tank, and all those things. So if this documentation chain is not in a proper way, and if it is not clear, complete, and if it is not traceable, and if the product origin is not traceable in a proper way, then if something is missing in this chain, then the buyer has the right to trace it dig it deeper. And the same way, if the seller don't find all the documents of the buyer, storage documents, chain of the buyers, like say if buyer is having that tank storage farms, or if the buyer is have already done the TSA, already paid the TSR, like these things. If the buyer has not done these things in a proper way, in a chain system, then the seller should also be doubtful on the buyer. It's time to dig deeper the things about the buyer. That's important. Next, coming to the next point here is monitoring thermal activity. Real transactions create observable shipping moments. Satellite imageries can confirm tanker activity. What I mean by this? Now you can see observable activity is a key indicator. Now, real or oil storage, isn't it silent? Now you can see if a seller is telling that, oh, I am having like say 100,000 metric tons in like say Fujairah port, or like say I am having 200,000 metric tons in the like say Jurong port in Singapore. But if that storage tank is silent, there is no vessel movement, there is no cargo movement, there is no loading and loading of product is going on, or injecting of the product is going on. If you see through a satellite, there are no vehicles moving on around. That means that is a fake storage plant, right? That is a fake storage plant. So you have to understand that point. you have to verify that. You have to observe the key activity of that storage plant through satellite imagery also. You have, the buyer has to verify that, and the same thing should be done by the seller too. Sellers or seller mandates, they have to do, they have to check the satellite imagery. When the TSA, suppose when the buyer get the tank storage documents, now the buyer needs to verify the tank storage document through satellite imagery and watch, are there any movements, vessel movements or cargo loading on going on or no. You have to check that. That's very much important. If you check that, then you can say that okay, this is a real storage capacity of the seller. In the same way, the real capacity of the buyer, you have to understand this. Next, coming to professional standards, you can see, unlike casual or retail transactions, oil trading demands strict documentation. That this I said again and again, and I am saying again, this is very much important. These are not casual retail transactions. Oil trading demands very strict documentation and verifiable claims. It's not just about getting a deal done. No, it's not like that. It's about it's also about protecting your reputation. If you are doing something wrong, you may lose your reputation in the industry, in the entire industry. No one is going to trust you in the future. So you have to understand this. This is very important. Very, very important point. So these are not like say casual or retail transaction, unlike say you're ordering on Amazon for a single product or a bulk of product. No, it's not like that. Or sending some commodity or agriculture goods products to other country. It's not like that. These oil transactions are a different things. Different thing. This oil trading is a different subject. So you have to go in depth in each and every point. Don't worry. I must say here, don't worry. It's easy to learn. I am teaching you in-depth strategies step by step. So you will learn all the things ins and outs of this industry, oil and gas industry, and one day you will get success 100% guaranteed. 100%. I must say you're 100% guaranteed. Just to follow the procedures that I'm discussing in this course step by step, and you will understand how to manage this industry, how to enter into this industry as a beginner, and how to talk with and negotiate with the buyer mandates, seller mandates, and how to look like a professional in this industry. I'm teaching you all those things. So no need to worry. Just continue this course and complete. If you go through the complete course, then 100% you are going to win in this industry. Let's move on to how real-time data and insider relationships give you a major edge in this business. I am going to discuss a lot of things in the coming up videos. Let's jump into the other course video. Now, before we finish, let me leave you with something important. If you truly want to get success in this oil and gas exports industry, don't wait. Start today by taking the first step towards real long-term success. Actually, this course gives you everything you need to begin and grow. Like say 30 plus expert-led video modules covering the entire oil and gas export process, which will be regularly updated with lifetime access for you. Next, coming to live weekly coaching sessions to get your questions answered and to make you stay on track as you grow in this high value industry. Next, ready to use email and contract templates that make closing deals with serious buyers faster. Next, a free global market trends guide. It will be yours if you join within the next 48 hours. And this is gold, over $100,000 worth of premium tools and bonuses included for a limited time period as a special gift for you if you join today. Students like say Sarah and Raj have already landed high ticket deals after joining this course within months. So let me say, don't sit on the sidelines. This is your time. Use the coupon code friendly 15 to get 15% off. But hurry, this discount is only available for a short period. Therefore, click the link below, enroll now, and start your journey to get success in this $1 trillion oil and gas exports industry. See you inside. All the best. Thank you.